these are all, it's all common sense, really. If you look at even the Bible or whatever.
Not in the heat of the moment, though.
Yeah, everything is just okay, be selfless, like love is unconditional, like do all these things, but what does that really fucking mean?
Yeah.
What does it really, really mean to put others first?
Yeah. And I mentioned this on Bart and Gio's podcast. Like, one of the things that I've learned to practice, and I learned a lot of this stuff from my parents and some other people too. This isn't just some kind of epiphany I had on my own. It's, what does it really mean to give somebody love that you're with? And this is the hard part for people. A lot of the times people treat their significant other as a pet. And what I mean by that is when my partner does something good that I like, I give them a treat. I say, good boy, good girl, good boy, good girl. That's the easy thing. But what that develops is something actually really negative, because you're thinking that if this person only does what I say that they should do, then I should praise them. And that becomes a problem, because the hardest part and the best part that people should practice is giving person love when they need it the most. And that is difficult, because it's hard to do that when they're being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why they're doing that. And there's a reason why you need to actually go out of your way to uplift them during this really hard time. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's hard for me too. And Mariel had to do that for me the other day, because I was freaking out about stupid shit. I was being fucking angry. I was just, long story short, things weren't going my way that day. Things were just failing one after the other. And I was just in the house cursing up a storm. And then Mariel, all she did was lay next to me. And then she just, gave me kisses on the cheek. She started like petting my head like a dog. Bad example. And it helped me calm down.
So, instead of turning on you and being mad at you for being mad.
Exactly.
Right? It's all, I think it all boils down to our upbringing. Mm-hmm. Like, I had this long ass conversation with my mom about my upbringing, and I don't remember a lot of stuff because I was a child, but she was in tears, man. She was like in tears one day, just like she made this realization of how badly she's damaged me and my brother in conditional love. Yeah. Because she's never got unconditional love, only by her dad, not by my grandma, and my dad and her dad, which was my gambling alcoholic grandpa.
Okay.
She loved him to death.
Yeah.
She said he always accepted her, always like supported her, whatever, and then he passed. So like she lost her unconditional loving man. Yeah. My father was conditional love. My grandma was conditional love. So my mom really was surrounded by that conditional love world. And so, I think this happens to a lot of Asian kids or just traditional kids. Like when you grow up, if you don't perform a certain way your parents want you to perform, you're almost like hated. So it's like, oh, I want you to be this doctor or musician, or I want you to have perfect grades, or like, and if you don't perform those things, you feel rejected by your parents and by your family, right? So what this does is it creates you to think that like someone that you love is a pet. Yeah. They do something good, you give them a treat. They do something bad, you hate them for it, right? So this concept of loving someone, whether they're up or down or whatever, to me, it's very foreign. I get angry when people are not performing well. You know what I mean? Like, and it shouldn't, because that actually makes them perform even worse. Yeah. Right? Like, so like let's say like I'm a coach, right? And my athlete's doing bad. If I scold him and kick him in his ass, like he's going to do worse because it destroys their confidence. But that's all I know. And I didn't realize I was doing the exact same thing that I hated so much about my parents to Jess. Yeah. And it automatically happens. Even my thoughts, I gotta rework my thoughts. It's not that I don't love her. I just don't know how to embody that, because this is learned behavior. It's not natural. Unconditional love is a learned behavior. It's not natural to the human soul. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, people might disagree or whatever, but it's almost like if gambling is normal in your family, you're probably much going to be a gambler when you grow up, right? Same with if your parents are compulsively lying all the time, you're going to be
probably do that too.
Right. And that's what I mean by like this expression of love unconditionally, whether someone is up or down, and showing and verbalizing and doing all that stuff. Like, That is something that you have to grow up with or learn. And it takes a long fucking time.
Yep.
Long time. When I met Jess's dad, I was observing their relationship. And I was like, fuck, dude, like no matter what, he's so fucking warm and accepting. Mm-hmm. And you don't ever feel like this authority figure.
It feels more like a friend.
Yeah, well, it's weird because he's very nurturing. He's a nurturing man, but he's a man. Like he's a man's man. Like he's a fucking cook. Like he's like works with his hands. Like he's just somehow he figured out to play both mom and dad for Jess.
Well, he had to, you know.
Yeah, and he knows, you know, like he knows how to speak in a way where like he's teaching you wisdom, but not lecturing you. And he knows how to tell stories where like you're learning, but you don't feel attacked. This is so foreign to me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like growing up Asian parenting, especially aggressive Asian parents, right? We maybe us is a little bit different, but like the way our parents talk to us is as if we're not even human anymore. We're fucking lowlives. We're stupid. We don't know jack shit. It's almost as if they hate us.
Yeah.
And then if that's what all you know, that's how you start talking to people you love.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you got it from Mariel too. Like she would, if you piss her off, it's almost like she doesn't like you guys aren't in love anymore.
Yeah.
It's like this, and this, you're such a dumbass or whatever, right? Yeah. So you start lecturing each other. It creates this separation and resentment and hurt. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like
it's hard because it takes you to a place that you don't want to be in. And it's a place where you look at your partner and you say, I want to hurt you because it's going to make me feel better. And that's a very bad place to be in.
You want to get even.
Yeah.
And it's like so bad.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And my thing was too that I learned was if you're with somebody and their happiness doesn't make you happy, and I'm not saying go overboard and please them and take everything away from you. That's not what I mean. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the sense of compromise where them being happy with you, you guys having a cohesive relationship isn't the goal, then you're probably in a bad relationship or there's a lot of learning that needs to go on between both of you. Because when you have that vindictive behavior where revenge is what makes you happy, like, oh, well, now this person knows how I feel and they're hurting, so I bet you that they're going to do better next time. That's already something bad.
Yeah.
It never, ever works out well in that case. People don't learn through that way. That's why they always say you catch bees better with honey than vinegar, right? Yep. And it's the same with people. I used to do this with my brother, and I'm a little bit different in this case. I actually had to learn how to communicate with my older brother a lot better. Mm-hmm. So how I learn is very different, and Bart knows about this too. I'm the type of person where somebody tells me I can't do something, and I go, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. You know? David, you can't do a cartwheel. You're 260 pounds. You're about to see the most fucking
That's
beautiful.
how he supports you. He keeps roasting you all day. It's so fucking funny, dude.
I'm like, dude, I will do the most beautiful cartwheel you will ever see in your life. You know, and that's how I work. And I used to do this thing where I thought, because my brother and I grew up together, obviously, I would say, I bet you my brother's the same way.
Cry.
Yeah, so I would fucking berate my older brother. I'm like, dude, you little fuck, stop being a little pussy and fucking pick yourself up, you little bitch. And then it would crush him.
You know what I found out? I'm actually like that, but for things that are pretty laughable. Yeah, it's like don't you ever talk about my dreams.
The fucking sugarcane
my
farm.
Sugarcane farm, my fucking mud hut.
Dude, that fucking sugarcane fight that you had is so funny because it's such a weird misunderstanding, right? So I mean, this dude told me this story where so Joe is a type of human being where we're both like this in the sense of when we find something that we like, we go fucking full force with that shit.
Yeah.
It's a part of our personality.
Yeah.
But the problem with him is his hobbies almost seem like a fucking joke. And so when he came out, he was like hyper excited talking to Jess like, yo, I'm going to do this sugarcane shit. It's going to be dope.